Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I wanted to share 10 luxury beauty products that I personally think are worth the money. So these 10 products are things that I've purchased myself and I think they're worth spending the money on. I try so much makeup, as you know, and I try all price points. When I try luxury beauty, sometimes I find that it's worth it. Sometimes I find that, you know what, I'm glad I tried it, but I wouldn't buy that again. These are 10 products that I do absolutely stand behind and I would purchase again, and I think you would like them too. I don't think I've done this video before, so I'm excited to share these 10 products with you. Before we get into that, since this is a luxury video, I wanted to share the sponsor of this video, which is Ideal. If you're not familiar with Ideal, they are a jewelry company that makes beautiful pieces. Something about me, I think I've shared this before, but I absolutely love jewelry. Obviously, makeup is a huge passion of mine, but my other huge love and passion is jewelry. I love it. I love it. Anytime anyone asks me what I would want for a gift, my answer would most likely be a piece of jewelry. That's just something that I've always loved. I think jewelry is such a fun way to accessorize your outfit. You can have the most simple outfit and then add really beautiful jewelry, and it just immediately elevates everything. So I'm wearing a few of their pieces today. First, I am wearing their diamond studs. So something unique about Ideal is you start out with a pair of diamond studs, which is what you see here, and then you add different add-ons depending on the look or the style that you're going for. So I have the diamond stud paired with the jade add-on, which is just another diamond stud. So you have like two stacked on top of each other and they connect in the back. But what I love about it is it looks like it's just kind of like floating there. I think it looks so just chic and pretty. I absolutely love these earrings. I can't wait to add some different add-ons so I can kind of switch them out depending on what I'm going for. But I do love just the very simple diamond stud on its own as well. And then I'm also wearing this beautiful emerald necklace. This is called the Lola, and it's just a single emerald cut diamond. So all of Ideal's diamonds are lab grown and they only use 14 karat gold, which is very important to me. I'm a big fan of investing in real gold, real metals, because they're gonna last you longer. You can keep them for years and years. You can wear them all the time. They won't tarnish. I'm a big fan of real metals and I'm a gold person, so I love that they use 14 karat gold. But when I saw this one, I knew I had to have this because I am an emerald lover. I have an emerald engagement ring here. I love it. It's my favorite. If I had to choose a diamond, it would be emerald cut for me personally. So I love this. This is the Lola again, and this one you can actually wear vertically, which is how I have it, or you can turn it and wear it horizontally as well. You all see me in my videos. I always have my jewelry on. That's just something that I don't skip, and I'm so grateful to Ideal for partnering with me on this video. Thank you so much to them for supporting my channel, and if you're interested in any of these pieces or checking out the other Ideal pieces on their website, everything will be linked in the description box for you. And thank you so much to Ideal again for partnering with me on this portion of the video. Let's get into the 10 luxury makeup products that I think are worth the money. Number one is a foundation. This was a foundation I loved first time I tried it. I didn't have to warm up to it, and I still think it is one of the most beautiful that I've tried and one of the most beautiful that I own. And it's this one from, of course, Chanel, which Chanel, when I think of luxury, that's one of the first brands that I think of. This is the Beiges Healthy Glow Foundation. This stuff is beautiful. This is what I have on my skin today. This is a glowy foundation, but I would say this is like a natural glow. It's not glowy in the sense that it looks like oily or there's no shimmer in it. If you look closely, It just has this beautiful natural radiance to it. It's about a light medium coverage, so it's a little bit more than like a light skin tint type of product, but you're definitely not going to get full coverage from this. I would say a light medium is kind of what you're going to get with this one, but it is so beautiful. Something else that I love about this, now I know this sounds kind of not that important, but something about this bottle, I don't know what it is, okay? Every time I pick this bottle up, I don't know if it's just the black and the tan, the Chanel, I don't know what it is, but this bottle just screams luxury to me. I don't know why, I can't really explain it, but every time I use this, I don't know, there's just something about Chanel products, and I just think this is such a beautiful product just to look at. But aside from that, this is beautiful on my skin. I think any skin type could wear this, honestly, even though it is more of a radiant finish. Like I said, it's not super oily. I don't think it's overly glowy. In my opinion, most skin types would probably enjoy this, and it's so stunning. It's very thin, very lightweight on the skin, and it's very long wearing as well. So this is absolutely worth the money in my book. Number 2 is a concealer, and I've talked about this one quite a bit recently, but in my mind, it had to be in this video. And it's the Creal Face Flex Concealer. Now, this is a smaller brand, and they don't have too many products, but I would definitely consider them a luxury brand. The price point is pretty high at Sephora, and this concealer is no exception. First of all, the packaging is stunning. I'm going to mention packaging a lot in this video because if you're paying for a luxury makeup product, in my opinion, yes, the formula is the most important thing, but it needs to be an experience, okay? It needs to be luxurious. It needs to feel heavy, high quality. It needs to look pretty. And this concealer does. It is stunning, but that is not the thing that I love most about it. I do love this concealer though. It is a beautiful, very, very lightweight formula that gives a medium buildable coverage, and it lasts very long. It lasts all day. It is more of a self-setting concealer, so I would not pair a ton of powder with this, especially if you have a drier skin type. This really does kind of set down on its own, which I think is nice because if you don't want to use powder, I actually think you can skip it with this. It is not the most hydrating formula. I would say it's just kind of a natural finish in my opinion. I do think they call it more of a hydrating formula. I would say it's just more of a satin natural finish. I think most people would enjoy this formula, but like I said, if you do have dry under eyes or dry skin in general, I wouldn't overly powder this. If you do powder, I would use just a very, very thin layer of a really fine powder, just because it already has that setting powder technology and quality to it. I just don't find that you need all that, and it might start to look a little bit crepey under the eyes if you over powder. But if you don't, you just let it be on its own or use a very, very small amount of powder. This concealer is stunning and it gives great coverage as well. Today I did also use it on my face and under my eyes. I used it on my face to add a little bit more coverage where I wanted a little bit more that I didn't get from the Chanel foundation. I used the shade 1 today, which is more of a neutral cool tone. I also have shade 1.5, which they say is more neutral. I would say it leans neutral warm. It's definitely not a true neutral. So I use shade 1 the most and it works great for me, but I do find that this formula is worth the money. Number 3 is a product that I've shared for years and it's still in my 10 products in this list. So this is a true favorite. It's from Westman Atelier, another very high-end luxurious brand, and it's the Face Trace Contour Stick. Now this is just the little baby mini size. They do come in minis if you don't want to buy the full size. This has been a favorite since I tried it, which was years ago. Particularly the shade Biscuit works so well for me. I have that on today. The reason I love the shade Biscuit is because it is a cooler tone, but I would say it's almost like a neutral, cool leaning color. So it does give you a little bit of like that contoured effect without being too ashy looking or too gray. I love Biscuit. If you're around my skin tone and you haven't tried it, this is one of the best in my collection. I reach for this constantly, and honestly, I can get away with wearing this on its own. I don't really need to add another bronzer, even though this one is a little bit on the cool side. This formula is very creamy, but very pigmented. But what I love most about this formula is it has kind of a grip to it. I don't know if that makes sense, but when you apply this, the formula is just stiff enough. So it's not the most emollient formula, but it's emollient enough that it's easy to apply and blend. But it just kind of grips to the skin, and it's very long wearing. This is a product that is always still there at the end of the day. Even if I haven't set it with a powder bronzer or a powder contour, this lasts all day on my skin, and that's the most important thing to me with cream products. So this is a must-have for any luxury beauty lover if you don't have it. The full size is in better packaging. The lid is magnetic in the full size. It's not in the mini size, but the packaging is heavy. If you felt Westman Atelier, their packaging is extremely high quality, very luxurious for sure. And I think this one is absolutely worth the money. You can get a mini though if you don't want to spend the full price on the full size. Number 4 is, I believe, the newest product to me that I'm including in this video. So that should tell you how much I like this. And it's from Fara Homidi. It's the Essential Bronzer. I tried this recently. It had been on my wish list for a long time, probably about a year, but it's always out of stock in the shade that I wanted, which is the lightest shade, which is called Bois, B-O-I-S. And if you are around my skin tone and you have trouble with bronzers looking orangey or just pulling too warm, this shade in Bois is absolutely beautiful. And this formula is so stunning and unique. So that's it on my finger there. So you see it has like a radiance to it. It looks kind of like a cream, honestly, on my finger. Obviously it's not, it's a powder, but this formula is so interesting. So that's it right there. As you can see, it's on the lighter side for my skin tone. But what I love most about this is it looks so incredibly natural on my skin tone because it's kind of like a pinky beige undertone, which is very hard to find in bronzers. It's almost impossible. Most bronzers pull very warm, and if you have a lighter skin tone, especially if you're not super warm in terms of your undertone, a lot of bronzers can look very unflattering. This one looks good on neutral, cool skin tones, which is very hard to find. It's also refillable, so yes, it is very expensive, but it is refillable. And the pump packed, super heavy. It's very heavy. It feels kind of like a paperweight. You have a mirror in here, and this formula was an instant favorite. I do have it on today over the Westman Atelier Biscuit just to kind of set it in place, but this is also a beautiful eyeshadow. I did use a little bit of this in my crease today. I have a few other things on my eyes that we'll get to, but this is so stunning. Yes, it's expensive, but the formula and the undertone for me make it worth it. Number 5 are the YSL Make Me Blush powder blushes. As you can see, I have 4 of these, which should tell you right there, yes, they are luxurious and I think they are worth the money. Again, I can't not mention the packaging on these because the packaging on these is just 10 out of 10. YSL knows what they're doing with the packaging. It's this quilted leather feeling compact, and then you have the gold YSL. It's very kind of chunky, but it feels very nice. I love these so much. I do have these on today. I have a few different shades. I'll insert swatches of the shades that I have. Today I have on shade 23, which is like a mauve tone. I can't remember the exact name, but it's number 23. So that is majority of what I have on for blush today. And then I did include just a little bit of this really bright poppy pink. This is shade 87. So I have a little bit of that right in the front of my cheek. This is a matte color, 23 is a matte color as well. They also have satin finishes. I have one of the satins, which is 44, which has a little bit more of a sheen to it. I love this formula because it's very buildable. So you can really, really build up the intensity if you want, or you can get a very sheer application. They're very easy to work with. So you don't have to be intimidated if powder blush kind of makes you nervous. These are very easy to use. In my opinion, these are the most beautiful blushes sold at Sephora. I mean, come on. If you're a beauty lover and you love blush, these compacts make you happy. There's no way they don't. There's no way they don't. Every time I open my drawer and I see these in there, I just smile, and I'm not kidding because they're so beautiful, so beautiful. Number 6 is this product from Victoria Beckham Beauty. Now, Victoria Beckham Beauty is one of my favorite luxury brands. I've tried almost everything from that brand, and I have a few of the products in this video today. This is the first one. This is the Reflect Highlighter Stick. Now, this is a cream highlight. It's in this beautiful gold packaging. It has the VB on the top here. I love looking at it, but this formula for a highlighter is so beautiful. This is a cream highlight. I think it comes in 2 other shades. This is the shade Pearl, and look how beautiful this is. So what I love about this is it has more of a translucent base. So it's not really giving you any color. It just gives your skin this beautiful sheen without looking like, oh, she's got like noticeable highlighter on her skin. It just melts and blends right into the skin. I just use my finger with this. I already have some on, but I'll add a little bit more here. I literally just use my finger and tap it on. And do you see the glow? It's so good. And I'm not a highlighter person. I skip highlighter a lot of times, but I do find that when I want to use one, this is always the one that I want. It's not a super sticky formula. Sometimes formulas like this can feel kind of goopy on the skin. This one doesn't. Now, it is a cream, so it's obviously not completely matte and set down on the skin, but it is not a super sticky cream highlighter, and it looks incredibly beautiful on the skin. It just kind of looks like you're glowing from within, not like highlighter that's been added to your skin. It is so beautiful and one of my favorite products from Victoria Beckham Beauty. Number 7 is from Armani, and it's the Armani Eye Tints. I've talked about these so many times. If you've watched my content, you've heard me talk about them. These are so good. They're so good. They're such a perfect one and done eyeshadow if you're somebody that wants to put something on in like 30 seconds and go. These are perfect for that. My most used is this one, which is the matte shade in 18M. These are a very creamy texture, so they're very easy to blend. If you have drier lids, these would work great for you. So this is shade 18M. I will insert close-up swatches as well. But this is such a pretty color. It's very light on my skin. It adds just the slightest bit of like a neutral taupey brown color. I wear this one on its own quite a bit. Sometimes I'll add powder shadows over the top, which I did today. I also love the shade 22M. This is just a little bit darker and a little bit warmer than 18. But these are my 2 that I use the most. They also make shimmer shades. I like those too, but in terms of what I use the most, I definitely use the mattes. But they're so nice and they are easy. You can scribble them on your eye, take any fluffy eyeshadow brush or your finger, blend it in. It takes little to no time. As you can see, or I don't know if you can or not, but I'm like scraping the sides here on 18M because I use this one all the time. But these are great, especially if you have dry lids. These are very creamy and they don't accentuate the dryness. So I think anyone would love these, and they're one of my most used makeup products in my collection. Number 8 is a palette, and this was another pretty easy choice to include in this video, and it's this Prada eyeshadow palette. So these are the Dimensions Multi-Effect eyeshadow palettes. This is the shade Peony. If you are into neutrals and you are around my skin tone, you would love this palette. I would describe this as like earthy neutrals. They're very soft, so they're not, you know, intense pigment, but they are so elegant. They are a very creamy feeling formula, like a cream to powder, and they're so easy. This is a formula that you can't mess up, and that is what I go for with eyeshadows. I don't like to fuss with eyeshadow. Y'all know me, I like very easy, just effortless neutral eye looks. That is what this palette is. It's so chic and just gorgeous. And honestly, if you're like a makeup minimalist and you want one really nice, luxurious palette, you like neutrals, this one would be a great choice for that. It's also refillable, so yes, it's expensive, but at least if you do run out of the shadows, you can buy a refill and set up the whole palette again. But this is something I've never regretted, not for a second. Every time I use it, it looks great. This is what I have on my eyes with that Armani eye tint underneath, and it's stunning. I have not regretted this purchase for 1 second. Number 9 won't surprise you either if you've watched my content for a while. Of course, the Victoria Beckham Satin Kajal eyeliners have to be in this video. I've been talking about these for years at this point, but I adore these. I don't have all of them, but I almost have all of them. I still want the new one in Cocoa Pave, I think is the name. I don't have that one yet, but I love these. These are such a beautiful formula. They're creamy, they glide on, but they set. So once these dry down, you're not gonna move them. So you have some playtime. They are very creamy, but then when they set, they set. They also work great in the waterline, so I have it in the waterline and on my upper lash line today. These are the two I use the most, which are Cinnamon, which is like a golden brown, and Orchid, which is a beautiful mauvey purple. It's so pretty. The one I have on today is Cinnamon. If I had to pick one, this would be the one that I would pick. If you need like one eyeliner in your collection that you use every day, goes with everything, Cinnamon is one of my favorites. They do also come with a little smudger on the other end. Honestly, I don't use the smudger that much. I just use a brush, but it is there if you need it. These are just great. I always reach for these, and I would absolutely recommend them. I think they're 100% worth the money. And number 10 is a lipstick. Now this is coming from someone that is not really a lipstick person, but if there is one lipstick in my collection that I've bought that's luxurious, that I do think is worth the money, it's definitely this one. And it's the Westman Atelier Lip Suede Matte Lipsticks. Now again, the packaging on these, so pretty. It's this beautiful nude color. They're magnetic, like the Face Trace packaging that I was talking about earlier. And I mean, I'm sorry, but this is a beautiful lipstick. Just looking at it, stunning. Even the inside, the lipstick is embossed with the little Westman Atelier symbol. I don't know if you'll be able to see. I'll try to zoom in, but it's just the details of these lipsticks are so beautiful. But this formula is so unique because it is a matte, but it is a hydrating matte, which doesn't really make sense. The first time I used this, I kind of expected it to feel dry, not very creamy. That's kind of what I think of when I think of a matte lipstick. But these are incredibly matte, but they have an emollients to them. It feels like they have like a shea butter in them maybe. I'm not sure if they do or not, but they have a very nourishing, hydrating feel on the lips, even though they're matte, and they are ultra pigmented. They're beautiful. The one I use the most by far is Petal. I do have a few of them, but Petal is the one I have on today. And it's such a beautiful rosy pink. It goes perfectly with all the tones that I wear all the time. Petal is kind of their famous shade. They make it in the blush, they make it in the lip gloss, and it's so beautiful, and I love it in the lipstick as well. So if I were going to splurge on a luxury lipstick, this would be the one that I would go for. All right, those are 10 luxury beauty products that I personally think are worth the money. Let me know how many of these you've tried, or if you want to try them, let me know in the comments. I had so much fun coming up with this list because, like I said in the intro, I try expensive makeup quite a bit, and sometimes I'm excited about it and I'm like, yes, that is absolutely worth spending the money on, and sometimes I'm not. But these are the 10 things that I do think are worth it, and I have not regretted them for 1 second. All the products will be linked in the description box for you with shades that I use. I will also include the link to my ideal pieces if you're interested in anything. Those links will be in the description box, and thank you again to them for partnering with me on this video. I'm so honored to work with them, and I just adore their pieces, and I know that y'all will too. So thank you for being here. If you're new, I would love for you to stick around and subscribe, and make sure to follow me over on Instagram at simply.blair and TikTok simply.blair1, and I will see you again very soon. Remember, simply be you.